Okay, look what I have here. So this is the Australian Mathematics Competition Middle Primary. So year 3 and 4. Okay, so it's the first time you're doing it. Yeah, you're in year 3. Yeah, and so if you look at this, this is what you're going to be doing in August. Okay, now it's end of June. You have about a month and a half. Okay, and it should be fun. Okay, you can do this paper or you can do it online as well. So basically, you have 25 multiple choice questions and then 5 questions where the answer is between 0 and 999. They're all whole number answers. So basically, another way of saying that is you have 25 multiple choice questions with 5 options, and then you have 5 multiple choice questions with 1,000 options. Okay. Um, and you have an hour. Okay. It's funny because it used to be only 45 minutes. Now you have an hour. At least I think it used to be 45 minutes. Okay, you want to see what the questions are like? Okay, so obviously the start is probably going to be a bit easy. We can start skipping around, but um, this is so question 1. How many dots are on this domino?
That's 7.
It's very easy, right?
Yeah.
7. Okay, so this kind of it's a year 3 and 4 test, right? Well, you could imagine someone in kindy could also solve this problem, yeah? So if you couldn't solve this problem, there's actually you'd be surprised what kind of reasons people have for not being able to solve this problem, okay? It's not just because they're dumb. Sometimes it is because they're dumb, okay? But for example, what if you just came to Australia and you don't know what dots means? Like you're like, how many are on this or what's a domino? And then okay, and then you get the easiest question wrong, okay? Okay, let's skip a bit. Oh, 6 looks like it took a little bit of effort to write this question. Let's do 6, okay? My tank can hold 80, what is that?
Kilos. Kiloliters.
Kiloliters. Okay, very good. Of water. Someone read it for me. Michael.
The indicator on the tank shows the water level inside the tank.
Okay, Justin.
Which of the following will be the closest to the amount of water in the tank?
Ah, okay.
I don't think it's 75 kiloliters.
Oh, why do you think it's 75 kiloliters?
50. They'll have to go on that small line to be 50.
Which of the following is closest? Okay, why do you say 55?
Oh. Closest is either, it's actually, closest is 75 kiloliters.
Hmm. Okay, so you all have different answers, okay? So I want you to think about this before you answer, but who knows what the answer is?
Oh.
Okay, so if you don't know what the answer is, you shouldn't be saying an answer.
No, I know. It's 75 kiloliters.
I don't know. So you're saying 75. What are you saying? 35. 75. What are you saying? 35. Okay, so then this is actually an interesting question. And then after doing this, we might have to go back a little bit. But this is an interesting question then. Okay, so why is it that you all have different answers? So that means 2 of you are wrong, yes? Or actually, you have the same answer. So it means 1 of you is wrong at least, yeah? So the whole tank holds 80 kiloliters, right?
Yeah.
So actually, you probably don't even need this. It's just 80 and the numbers, right? The units actually don't matter here, yeah? And so what does this scale mean?
It says how much of water it is.
Yeah, so here it would be like halfway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what's halfway?
Halfway is 50 kiloliters.
No.
42. Oh wait, no.
It's
Halfway is
40,
40.
because 80 is full, right?
Yeah, 80.
So it's obviously more than halfway, so it's not 35, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
This is close to the top, yeah? But is it as close to the top as 75 kiloliters? So,
Oh yeah, it might be no, it's 6. Yeah. Yeah, it's 65.
so now you'll change your answers.
Oh yeah.
You have to be a bit careful here. So if you look at this, okay? If this is half, right? Can you see this would be 3/4? Yes. What's 3/4?
3/4 is a half and a quarter.
Yeah, what's that?
That's 65 kiloliters.
No, you're just saying you're guessing, okay? That's what you're doing, okay? So we don't want to guess if we don't have to. Huh? 26? Um, okay, this question is causing you an immense amount of difficulty. If half is 40, yeah? What's 3/4?
3/4, 60.
It's 60, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's what I was looking for here. Actually, that's what the question was looking for. I'm only looking for the right thing. So this mark here is 60, right? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
And the top mark is 80, yeah?
Yeah.
So then what's the mark in between?
Uh,
See, this is what I don't like, right? You're just saying this 75 because it's written here, yeah? But you're not thinking about it at all. And I just told him off for that. So this long mark here is 60, yeah? That one is 80, yeah? What's the one in the middle here? The not the red one, the black one. It's 70, right? It's in between 60 and 80, right?
oh.
It's in between 60 and 80. So it's 70 there, right? So it can't, it's lower than 70, the red thing. It can't be 75, okay? Right? That's why it's better sometimes to try the question without looking at the answers, okay? Because then you have an idea. You're not biased towards certain answers. Do you understand? So you kept saying 75 and 65 for no reason at all, okay? You just because you saw the numbers, you just kept saying it. And I was asking a question and you just used it to answer my question. All wrong, yeah? Okay. So then the answer here is obviously 65, right?
Yeah.
Because it's less than 70 and it's greater than 60. There's only one answer less than 70 and greater than 60. Yeah? Okay, if you're struggling with question 6, maybe we should go up a little bit. But then we see questions like this. It's actually super easy, right?
Yeah.
What's question 4?
334.
Yeah, it's super easy. How many minutes in a quarter of an hour?
15.
Yeah, so we don't have to go back, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, but we might have to slow down if, ooh, I'm interested in this question because it looks fun, right? Cross country. Yeah. Okay, let's Jason read this.
Because country can up out with a number of flags and show how many of flags should be on the left of the runners when they pass them. Okay, start.
Okay, you need to read it louder, yeah, a bit more clearer. So, a good practice for this is to really exaggerate your mouth movement. So, our cross-country track is marked out with a number of flags as shown.
Wait.
How many of the flags will be on the left of the runners when they pass them?
8. No, it's 8. 10. I think it's 9. One. It's 9. Is it this true?
Okay, this is kind of a simple question, yeah? Very easy kind of question, yeah? If you count all the flags, there's
7, 8.
there's 17 flags altogether. And you want to know which of the flags will be on the left when you run past them, yeah? That's very easy. You just run past them, yeah? So I think this is good to get your pen out and just run past them, yeah? Yeah? That's on your left, yeah? Yeah, see?
Yeah, this is 8 because
Just actually run past them.
This 8, this 8, this 8.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is why it's good to actually just run the race, right? So there's a lot of questions in AMC actually where the best strategy is to just actually do the experiment. Okay? That's not going to make much sense right now, but so I just ran the race and I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah? Okay. We should try to remember these answers so that the ones we don't do now, you do for homework. You understand? Yeah? So we're gonna figure out the answers to some of the others as well. Okay, that was a fun question, yeah? Okay, so if we get it right, we keep going down and we can skip some of the less fun ones. Which one of these shaded areas is the largest?
Wait, no.
Do you want to do this one or skip?
Skip.
Skip. Okay, so that gets us through the first. Oh, what are you saying? You gotta speak up. Oh, you wanna do it? Okay. Alright, let's do it. Which one of these shaded? Okay, so I guess we're assuming that the triangles all have the same area, right? The equilateral triangles, all congruent, the same area. But this is just a matter of counting, right? Okay, we can divide this up into. So I can do. So who wants to do A? You want to do A? Okay, Michael do A, Jason do B, and Justin do C. Okay, and I'll do D. Yeah, and then whoever finishes first can do E. But we can all do E.
16.
Uh,
16.
you're saying this is 16?
Yeah. B
Yes.
is also 16.
Who said 9? This?
Yeah, it's 9.
And what's this?
You're
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Huh?
Is it any side?
What do you mean any side?
The triangles.
It doesn't matter what the triangles are, because they're all the same size, right?
But E has 12.
Oh, okay. So you don't understand why there's 2 here, is that right? You don't understand how this bit works, alright? Well, maybe you can think about how that bit works.
There's 12 for E.
It's not 12.
Mm. 14.
14. So look, so E has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But then this one here, see? This one's half, and that's another one.
Triangle.
Yeah, so this puts, if that goes up there, it gives you a whole triangle. So that's so it's not 12, it's 13, yeah? So that's the same thing here, yeah? Can you see this thing makes half of the triangle that goes there, see?
So it can be any side.
Of course. And you only ask which is the largest. You don't care what the actual size of the triangle is. So C is easy to figure out. So C definitely isn't the largest, right? So C is actually part of D, so it can't be the largest.
But if A and B is the same, then how we do it's A and B? Because 15. It's A and B.
Okay, so B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15 plus 2. Oh, what?
So you did that
So
wrong.
it's A.
Well, so that means B is bigger than all of these, right? So it's not any of those, yeah?
Is it a 14? Is it 14?
What's 14?
E.
B. I just counted it. This is 1, yeah? And then all the other triangles, 1, 2.
Yeah, those we have the one of the.
Oh wait, did I count 15? Hold on, let me just count that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah? You understand?
15. I mean 16.
And who counted 8? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this was the only one that was counted correctly.
Yeah.
So then the answer is A, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we finished the first section of this paper. So this first section, every question is worth 3 points. Okay? That makes sense? There's only 30 questions in the whole test, so this is a third of all the questions. But it only takes like, it's only like a quarter of all, it's less than a quarter of all the marks. Okay, so it's only 30 points, and I think there's 135 points or something altogether. Okay? Okay, let's look at the next section. Let's stop at the first question we find interesting. I think 12 might be interesting, or 14, anything with a picture, yeah?
17.
You want to do 17? Is that what you want to do? Huh? Speak up. Okay, so which question do you want to do? I would probably be interested in doing 12 or 14. 12 or 14? 14. Okay, so he's the only one saying anything, so I'm going to listen to him, okay? Okay. 5 boxes are compared on a balance, yeah? You know what a balance is, right? Which of the 5 boxes is lightest? Okay, so learn your lesson, okay? Don't just shout the first thing that comes to your head. Be sure what your answer is and then tell me. So this is an easy multiple choice because you have one option for every one of the boxes, so
It's B.
It's B. Because
A is heavier than C, and C is heavier than D, and D is heavier than E, and E is heavier than B.
Yeah, so you're looking for the lightest. Yeah, so anytime the thing is lower here, right? Anytime
that means it's heavier.
so every time it's here, right? It can't be the lightest, right? Because it's heavier than something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing here, so you have E, C, D, A. They're all in there, so it has to be B, right?
Yeah.
Because he's the only one that's the higher.
Yeah. So actually, it's actually a little bit. So it's interesting in this question, we can determine the answer must be B, right? Without actually knowing the answer is B, if that makes sense. Because we can tell that all the others are not the lightest, even if we don't know that B is the lightest. Yeah. See,
Just look at the button.
yeah, but
The number is not the button.
so it's a little bit less sure than So so if you're doing this for homework outside the exam conditions, you might actually prove that B is the lightest, right? You understand what I'm saying? See, because it's one thing to say that B is the right answer because the others are all heavier, right? Than something. And another thing to actually say B is literally lighter than everything, right? So here B is lighter than E, right? Yeah. Okay. E is lighter than D, right?
Yeah.
And D is lighter than C, and C is lighter than A. So literally B is lighter than everything, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't actually need to know that to pick the answer E, yeah? B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because everyone's even down anyways.
Okay, so what's the next question you want to do?
I want to do 17.
17? Okay, 17 looks like fun. Huh? Oh yeah, Justin, you can read it, yeah.
Each letter in the grid stands
In this
for
grid.
in this grid stands for a number from 1 to 6. The
The numbers.
the numbers outside the grid are the sums of the values of all the letters in each row or column. For example, in the first column, the values of M, L, and R add to 16. What is the value of the letter L?
Does that question make sense? So part of the difficulty of these kind of questions is to understand what they're saying, right? So in some sense, when I explain what the question means, I'm actually also revealing part of the answer. Okay. So basically, each of the letters represents a number between 1 to 6. Yeah. The different. It's not clear that the different letters represent different numbers, but it is clear that the same letters represent the same numbers, right?
Like L.
Yeah. The L has to be the same number as the other L. Yeah. Does that make sense? So, for example,
I know.
so there's M, F.
Or
Where do the words come from?
wait,
Yeah.
there's 4 that isn't on the
last column
Yeah.
is all the column has to be.
Okay, that's good. So I think when you're
It could be
No,
5.
the H is
It could
1.
be 5.
The H should be 1 and the F is a 2.
It could be 5.
Okay, very good. So
5.
what could be 5?
Like
The
the
H
L.
is
The F can't be
H
5.
is 1.
L.
You have to find the one.
Okay, let me just write down what you got. So that was very good. So this comes under considering extreme cases. Okay. So usually when there's a lot of things you have to figure out, it's good to start with the most extreme things because they can be done easily, right?
It's the most.
It's forced, right? So here it's like in chess, you look at the checks and captures because it's forced.
The H equals 1.
So basically you have 3 H's has to be less than 5. So if H was 2, you'd have 6, right? And H can't be 0, so H has to equal 1, yeah? Which forces F to equal 2, okay? Which is good because
That means the top we have the M to so on the top.
Yeah.
That means 2 divided by 12 is
I mean 12 divided by 2, yeah?
yeah equals 6.
Yeah, m equals 6. Okay, good.
M equals 6.
Okay, very good. What next?
R is 4 because 13 minus 1 and 12 equals 12. 12
Okay.
divided by 3.
So you got 6 here, 1 here, 2 here, right? And the whole thing adds up to 13. This thing adds up to 9. So this is 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So basically we know a lot. Actually, another easier way to do that is also doing this row at the end, because that's just R and H.
On the first column,
equals
I
to
found
1.
the answer that
1.
L equals 5. M plus R equals 10 to the power 2.
What? What is L?
L is 5.
No, I don't think so.
Well then,
On the power
Yeah, so M plus R is 10, right? And the whole thing adds up to 16.
16 equals 6.
It's 3. So we didn't actually even have to find out U, right? L equals 3.
5.
Huh?
5.
Yeah. So in the homework you find out U as well, yeah? But in the test you just L equals 3. Make sense?
So the L is this.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any like faster ways to do this. L, for some reason yeah, I mean,
for this question, I think you only need to discover M and R.
We can look for the first most and the second most.
Yeah, you just only need
Because
to.
if you get the first most,
But for this
it can be
question,
like
you
anyone.
only need to find out M and R, and then 6 plus 4 is 10, so L and L
yeah.
and L is 3.
Or you can write them, or you can write the problem all in one sentence in column H plus H plus H plus the F equals 5 and R plus U plus F equals 16 and
Yeah.
R plus F H plus N equals 13.
Okay, I'm gonna keep scrolling down and see if you're interested in doing any of these problems, okay? We probably have enough time for another 3 or 4 problems, okay? Or maybe 5. So 18 is a very standard problem. 19 has a table.
19.
20 has a picture. So it's 19 or 20, you get a choice.
Do 19.
19? Okay, so this is a long one. I want you to read this, so maybe Jason read it. Drops.
Class has students from
Make sure you speak louder and try to sound out all the sounds, okay?
Boston and Nixon. We made a chart showing how many
No, it's his reading. Why did you stop?
live in each
How many live in each suburb?
His dog tore the bottom of the chart, leaving only the last 2 letters on each suburb. He forgot the order of the suburb on the chart, but he remembered that more students live in Downer than West.
Watson.
How many students live in
Yeah, so you need to care more about the words that you're reading, yeah? So
We already
you
know the blue, green, and yellow is not, but the red and the orange can be turned because both end in E. And but then the others is O N and L I E and O N. So we just have to focus on orange and red.
yeah. So how many students live in Turner?
Turn them.
Yeah. So
The red equals 7. And the orange equals
okay, good. So this is
the
7.
red is 7. And
7. Yeah.
and the orange one is 3. Because it said brother
Orange one is
have
3.
more than Western. Yeah, it is 3.
Okay. So if you're using your brain, right, then you know that the answer has to be either 3 or 7. Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. And then why do you say?
Be sure it's 3 because it's 3 because brother have more than Western. Yeah, but then the dark blue and the yellow both ends with O N. Look, C-O-N and what? It is
Yeah.
No, it's more so the Western must be less than browner. He's so much in with John than Watson. Oh yeah, that is true. It is true. This is true. It is true because the dark blue one is bigger than all the others, so that can't be Watson.
Yeah. So do you understand why it's 3?
Yeah. Because the dark blue is bigger. Because the red one's more than the yellow one, and it said O-N.
Yeah. So okay. So when you're doing the test, right? So when you're doing the test, you obviously don't need to explain it. You just need to circle 3 and move on, right? But when you're talking to me or in homework, um, and later on when you're doing, you're older, okay, um, you want to give a proper reason, okay? So basically, the first thing we know, it has to be 3 or 7 because it ends in ER, right? Turner ends in ER.
Yeah, but then we just have to read the clue
You go,
one
and then
by
you go,
one.
yeah, and then you got to figure out why it's not the red one and it's the orange one, right? So, so the key thing he's saying, he remembered that more students live in Downer than Watson, yeah? Which means that one of the things that ends in ER has more
Then
one of the
O-N.
things that ends in ON, right? And because the yellow orange thing that ends in ER, it hasn't got anything more than anything, right? Then it has to be the red one, right? Okay, so therefore it has to be the yellow one. So that's the minimum amount you need to know it's the yellow one, the orange one. Okay, but you can also figure out, like you were saying, you can also figure out extra. Okay, this is extra now. You can also figure out which one's Watson, right? Because Watson has to be the yellow one. Because Watson can't be the blue one, because nothing is more than the blue one, right? And something is more than Watson.
Read the last clue. It's more yellow color, red
Yeah.
green, and blue is already not.
Yeah, so I think that people should be aware of the whole picture, even though in this question you only need to eliminate the red. I think it's good to figure out what you can actually figure out in these questions, okay? So it's actually possible to determine exactly what each town has, okay? Even though the question doesn't require it. Yeah? Okay, very good. So that brings us to the end of the first 20 questions, yeah? So you do those the ones we missed for homework. But the questions from 11 to 20, they're worth 4 marks. You understand? So they're worth about a third more marks than the first 10 questions. because they'll be worth 40 marks. The first 10 questions worth 30 marks. Yeah? What's your question? What did you say? Did you say something? Okay, so now we're going to look for one of the questions between 21 and 25. And as we get closer to the end, I think William and Aiden will be more interested in these questions. Some of them you might have even seen. But okay, let's try to pick one question to look at. 24 looks very nice. 25 has a picture. I like to do the ones with pictures because they're the ones that are harder to create. So you want to try 24? 23 looks really easy. 21 looks like fun too. But okay, let's have a vote. Who wants to do 21? Who wants to do 22? Who wants to do 23? Who wants to do 24? Okay, so it's either 22, 23, or 24. Maybe William give us, or Aiden give us some tiebreakers. 22, 23, or 24?
23.
Okay. 24. Okay, so then it's down to 23 or 24, yeah? So then Michael has the it's called preferential voting.
So it's his choice to pick.
So Michael is 23 or 24. Up to you.
23.
You want to pick 23? Okay.
6 keeps on going together as shown. The model is then
You gotta speak more clearly, okay?
The model is then painted blue all over. When the model is pulled apart, how many faces of these cubes are still white?
Oh.
Just count the lines between.
Okay.
1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's 10.
You guys, I feel like, you see, one thing is you answer really quickly, right? And one of you is definitely wrong, yeah?
Because
I think you need to really think.
One line equals 2 faces.
I think one most important thing is you should be aware it's possible that you could be wrong, right? If you go through your whole life thinking that the first answer you say is always going to be right no matter what, then you're going to be stupid forever.
I'll just double check.
I think it's 4.
It's 10 because one line equals 2 faces uncovered.
Yes, so it should be an even number, right? That's what you're saying.
So it's 2 times 5, 10. Because it's 5 lines. One line, 2 faces, 5 times 2.
Okay, so I like your reasoning for that it's an even number. So it's probably 8 or 10, right? Okay, let's just count them.
And 4. 4 is also. But 4 is just.
It sounds too small.
4 is 2 less.
Okay.
There's only one.
Okay, so this one here is
1, 2,
this
3, 4.
Here's another one, yeah. Here's another one, yeah, between those two.
And 10.
Between those two, yeah.
Oh, it's
And
10.
another one between those two.
It's 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so when you get the biggest one, you're not worried that you missed any, right? If you get 8, you might be worried you missed one. Could be 10 still, right? But if you do get the biggest one, 10, you're not worried that there's another one. Okie dokie. Does William and Aiden agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you say yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Okay, so the questions 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 are worth 5 marks each. Okay,
So they're all worth 5.
yeah. So the 5 questions here is almost worth the same as the 10 questions at the start. Yeah. Okay, so there's still more. This is the multiple choice is over now. Okay. Now we get to these questions. You always have to think to get to the answer. But this one, you have you don't have the you don't have the answers already there. Well, you have 1,000 choices for the answer instead of 5. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we have time to try one of them. Okay, so let's have a look at so it's 26 is like some kind of magic square looking thing.
I know how to do that.
27 is super standard by the looks of it. 28
No,
is not unfamiliar.
It's actually
29 29 is some cards. And 30 I don't know.
the dot. Triangle dot.
Okay, so let's have a vote, yeah? Who wants 26? This will probably be the last question we do. So we have one choice. Yes. You vote for 26. Okay. That's good. Michael, what do you vote for?
I still don't know yet.
Okay. Jason, what do you vote for? You vote for 26?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because when we're reading magic squares, there's always a coin or bars that give it stuff. But this time, we can't.
Okay. Well, that means we're doing 26 because that's your 2 votes, right? Alright, let's finish off this one with 26 and then you do all the rest for homework, yeah? I'll send you the paper. I'll send you the PDF, okay? And then we'll go through the other questions next time. Yeah? Okay, so here um let's do question 26, yeah? That's a nice and easy one. You put me off the hook a little bit here because I think this is gonna be easy. Okay, so this is a magic square so that all the rows, columns, and diagonals add up to the same sum. Okay. Michael, do you want to read the rest?
This magic
No, I already read that. So you're not paying attention. Okay, your chance is over. Can you read what I'm up to?
When we complete
No, Jason, what am I up to? Say some numbers, okay? And you gotta speak up, okay?
some numbers are already
Already filled in, yeah?
filled in. When we complete it and multiply the number in the free shaded square, what do we get?
Okay. So basically asking you to multiply A, B, and C together, yeah? That's your answer, and then you write it in the answer booklet, yeah?
Here I found
Huh?
I know the total every number is
Okay, what's that?
27.
27, how'd you get that?
Because I found that it's 17.
Oh no, that's not the diagonal. Diagonal is the 4. Yeah, there's only 2 diagonals.
C equals 11, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Actually,
Okay.
it equals 13.
Okay, so we got some suggestions here. So somehow you got C equals 11 and you got the diagonal is 34. Wait, so that's 1, 8, 26 is 34, yeah? So 34 is the sum. just the sum. Also, when they do something like multiply the numbers in the three shaded squares, there's usually not some clever way of getting the product first. It's still probably just asking you to get A, B, and C separately, yeah? The only reason they ask you to multiply it is because the answer has to be 0 to 999, right? Okay, so what Alright, so how did you get C was 11?
If the sum is 34, then 4 plus 15 plus 1 is 20, and then plus 14. So that gap is 14, and then 14 plus 7 plus 2 equals 23, and then you subtract that from 34 and you get 11.
Wait, could you slow down a bit? So what's the first thing you did? Which column or row are you looking at?
The bottom row.
Oh, the bottom row. Okay, good. So you can see there's three numbers filled in, yeah? And that's 20, so this is 14. Yeah?
The B is 15.
Okay, that's 23, and so C is 11. Okay, good.
A is 6. Yeah, A is 3. A is 3.
A is 3.
Because A added 12 and 1
Hold on, I think I've got an answer.
21, and then 21 minus 21.
Wait, what did you say?
I said 8 add 12 and 1 equals 21, and then you minus 34, and then the answer.
Where'd you get 12 and 1? Oh, you mean 8
Equals
here.
6.
Add 12 and 1
Yeah.
equals 21.
Yes.
Minus the 34 equals
Yeah, see that
36.
you're using this is why it's hard to understand. It's not minus the 34, it's subtracted from 34, yeah? Okay. So you get 13 here, right? And then from that you're saying the A is what?
And A is 3.
Okay, A
B
is 3.
6.
Yeah. Okay, and then from that you could get what B is, yeah?
B is 6.
B is 6. Okay, so if you have 25 plus 3 is 28. 28 subtracted from 34 is 6. Okay, good. And now tell me what A times B times C is.
A times B. A times B times C.
Yeah. What's A times B times C?
198.
198.
190.
So you got 11. So actually, this calculation is pretty easy, but sometimes it could be tricky for some people. 3 times 6 times 11.
3 times 11 is 33.
Okay, how'd you get 198? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so you do 33 times a 6.
I said 11. 11 times 3 equals 33. 33 times 6.
Yep, and how did you do 33 times 6?
Because C times A equals 33, and times and then A.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you how did you get from 33 times 6 to 198?
Is 3 times 6 equals 18.
Yep.
And then 3 times 6 equals 18 plus the 1.
Yeah, so you have 18 with a 0 and 18 without a 0, right? the 198. Okay, there's lots of ways to do it. I think so. For example, you could do 3 times 6 first, is 18 times 11 is 198. I think the fastest way that I see how to do it. So if this is an if it ever comes down to it, if you have 3 times 6 times 11, right? This is equal to 3 times 3 times 11 times 2, right? Yeah? And this is equal to 9 times 11 times 2, yeah? And 9 times 11 is 99, yeah? Times 2.
180.
Yeah, so 99 is really easy because it's just basically 100, right? 100 times 2 is 200. So if it's 99, just go minus 2, okay? So this is how you get 198. Okay, we should try to remember these answers so we don't... I can write some of these down, but... So we don't have to figure these out over and over again, but... Yeah, okay, so that's good. So this is basically the I guess the easy version of it, yeah? Because we did... I mean, I guess the easier versions, the easier problems in the harder section and the harder problems in the easier section, yeah? So maybe next time we do the harder version, okay? Okay, so that was pretty fun, yeah? So, and this test is sometime in August, okay? So everyone will be doing that. Alright, yeah. Thanks for watching.